Ladies and gentlemen, we're back for another episode of my FM21 save with Ajax. We're starting out on the transfers page. The transfer window in January has ended right now, but there has been some activity. Let's start with the ins. We've gotten, let me see. I've shown you guys this one, of course. All the way to his side, I think so, yeah. And Fosumen's I've shown you as well, I remember. So we've bought one more player, Ferdi Kadioglu, 21-year-old, also Dutch player, also homegrown in the Netherlands. So very happy with that. Not homegrown at the club, but he can do a pretty good job for us, I think. As I said, only 21 years old, loads of potential, and in positions that we needed backup as well. So I'm very happy with that player that we got him in. That's the only guy that we got in right now. And there have been some outs as well. As I said, Labiat leaving, Huntelaar leaving. Simeone has gone out on loan to Alcorcon in the second division of Spain. So he's going to get some game time there. Donny Warmerdam has gone out on loan to MVV in the second division in the Netherlands. Koning de Winter to Willem II in the Eredivisie, of course. And Kasar Virjo to Arminia Bielefeld in the second, in the Bundesliga actually. All right. Willem II still doing really good in the league as well. So those are all the transfers for the rest of the season at least. Let's take a look at the schedule, what you guys missed. Last time out was of course this game against Feyenoord that we lost. Let's not talk about that too much. Since then we have been on a pretty good run again, winning against ADO in The Hague. 2-1 goals from Anthony and Neres, again the two Brazilians linking up. Pek Zwolle we beat 4-1 at home. You can see who scored goals. Hisai again, Tadic, Promes and João Pedro. We then beat Utrecht 3-1 away from home. Milik with 2 goals, finally Milik coming through on his ability. And Neres as well with the 3rd goal. We then beat Willem II at home 3-0, which is a really good win because of course they are very high up in the league. So they're a direct rival of us. We beat them 3-0. Promes, Anthony and Traoré with the goals. We then beat ADO Den Haag again, this time in the quarterfinal of the Dutch Cup. Neres with 2 goals, Kudus with a goal and Tadic with a goal. Meaning we move on to the semi-finals. We have drawn against AZ. We have been drawn against AZ in the semi-finals at home though, so we could stand a chance. We did lose to AZ 2-1. It was the last match before this one. João Pedro with the only goal for us, and I think that goal was deep into injury time already. So we're in second. We moved up to first place for 1 game after the previous game because AZ drew that game. They haven't, by the way, AZ haven't lost a single game all season. Haven't lost. So it's going to be very tough for us to become champions. We have to hope that they pick up a couple of more draws. So yeah, we're in second. I think we're in pretty good position. As you can see, 5 points ahead of 3rd and 8 points ahead of 4th. So that's good. 1 point only behind AZ. But today the focus is on Victoria Pilsen in the Europa League and of course Sparta in between, but that should be beatable. First off, Victoria Pilsen, the away leg first. As you can see, Feyenoord drew against Villarreal at home and AZ are playing against Celtic at the same time that we are. So let's just get straight into it. This is going to be the starting 11. Onana, Hisai, Ta, Martinez and Blind because Tagliafico and Grimaldo, both of them are injured. Klaassen and Tadic in the midfield, Neres, Kudus and Promes and Milik at striker. Those are going to be the 11 names that are going to start for us. Only 7 subs in the Europa League. Not too sure about that. But these are going to be the 11 men to start for us today. Let's see what we can do against Victoria Pilsen in Czech Republic. And there we go, of course, playing against our old player in Zakaria Labiat. I've got it on 3D again. What I want to ask you guys is, what do you prefer? I've played 1 or 2 episodes on 2D and the others in 3D. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer me playing it in 2D or in 3D? Let me know in the comments below and I'll take you guys up on that and see what the majority says. But this episode is going to be in 3D. I've put it on television because I really like it this year. I've seen on the stream by Dr. Benji that They changed it a little bit, by the way. If you want to see some really good footage, some good gameplay of Football Manager and very fun as well, make sure to go watch Dr. Benji. He is a really good YouTuber and Twitch streamer as well. I've seen in his stream that they changed it this year, that it actually zooms in and out automatically like that, exactly that, and I think that looks beautiful. So let me know what you guys think. And as I said, I'll see what the majority says, and we'll probably change it to that. But for now, I'll do it like this. Maybe change it around every other episode. Guidetti has the ball here for Pilsen though. Puts in a good cross, but it's headed away. Milik picks up the loose ball, but he's completely on his own. Has Kudus with him right now. Kudus gets the ball to Neres, back to Milik, but it's a poor pass, and Victoria Pilsen can build up again. A long ball forward to Guidetti. Guidetti, of course, an old rival of Ajax as well, having played for Feyenoord. Yeah, he wasn't a fun player to play against. I don't know how he is now in real life. But it's still 0-0 and almost half time already. So we should be doing better, I would say. Promesna with the ball, poor shot, goes wide. We should be doing better, I think, against a team like Victoria Pilsen. As you can see, we are dominating it in shots, possession, everything. Look at that XG graph. As I said, we should be doing better. We should be ahead with at least one goal, maybe even two. After 11 shots, you would expect one to go in, but only 4 shots on target, which is very poor. And also, I've taken Tadic off of penalties because he has missed 3 of the 7 penalties he's taken, and that's just too much. So I've put Milik in as a first choice penalty taker, as I said I would do last episode. I think I mentioned it, I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, 3 out of 7 misses, that's just too much for me. Maybe we have a chance here. Neres with the ball goes past the defense. Why did he pass that? He should have gone for it himself. Lays it off to Promes, and his shot gets blocked. We do get a corner kick though. Promes to take it himself. Headed away. Promes can pick up the loose ball again. Could put in a cross. But his pass is blocked in the end. Neres should have gone for that himself. He was in a great position right in front of the goal. Nobody in front of him. Only the keeper. But he chose to pass it. Sadly, Promes now again with the ball to Klaas in the midfield. To Neres. And there is the first goal. The first goal of the evening, David Neres, 1-0 ahead against Victoria Pilsen in the Czech Republic. Only 10 minutes to go. 1-0 is of course a very dangerous lead, but the most important thing is that we get that also important away goal that is going to help us immensely in the second leg. Milik now could make it too, but a great save by the goalkeeper. And we do get a corner kick out of it, but probably not gonna lead to anything. And there was a dangerous tackle by the Victoria Pilsen attacker. Klaassen now with the ball on the right hand side, could lay it off, but it's another corner. And meanwhile we sub off Hisai for Alvarez because Hisai was very tired, just like Daley Blind. But as I said, our left backs are all injured. Let's put Mazraoui at left back. Let's get Anthony on there as well. I'm not sure, can you make 7? You can't make 5 subs in the Europa League like we can do in the league. Promes now with a big chance, but another huge save by the goalkeeper. Only 2 minutes to go, and it's a goal kick. Only injury time now. 3 minutes left of injury time, and then it's going to be the end of the first leg. Alvarez picks up the goal kick, plays it to Kudus. Kudus could play in front of the goal. He tries to go for it himself, and eventually Milik with the goal. Not pretty sure how that went in. It looked like an own goal, but I think the defender actually tried to kick it long, but he kicked it straight against Milik, and it's 2-0. And there's the full-time whistle as well. We won the game 2-0 away from home. A very good win. The performance was a little bit less dominating than I would have expected it to be, but we picked up, well, we didn't pick up the 3 points because it's a knockout game, but we pick up the win. AZ also with the draw, just like Feyenoord, and we take the 2-0 win back to our home in Amsterdam next week against Victoria Pilsen, and I'm gonna see you guys for that match in just a second. And we're back for the second leg against Victoria Pilsen, this time at home. Some good news for the match in between. We beat Sparta 2-0 and AZ drew their game, which means that we're now in first place where we belong. The game against Sparta 2-0, 2 goals from Neres. And as I said, AZ drew another game. I mean, they still haven't lost a single game, but take a look at that. They've drawn 9 and we've only drawn 1. So we're ahead of them by 1 single point, and our goal difference is just a tiniest bit better. So yeah, we're in first place and we're not playing them for the rest of the season anymore. We do have a game against PSV near the end of the season, but we don't play AZ anymore. So if it stands like this and we win every single game, then we're champions, which is probably the most obvious thing you can say, but you know what I mean. So let's take a look at the first 11 for today. It's probably the same as last time. The only change is that Blind is back into center back, Martinez is out, and Grimaldo is back at left back because he is not injured anymore and he can play. Klaassen and Tadic, you know what? Yeah, let's keep it like that. Klaassen and Tadic in the midfield, Neres, Kudus and Promes, and Milik at striker. So let's get into the game and see if we can get this win and get through the next knockout round. And there we are, the second game against Victoria Pilsen. Of course, we won the first leg 2-0 with 2 away goals, obviously. So it should be a good match. It should be beatable. If we score 1, they need to score 3 goals to make it right. So let's hope we don't concede here already. Labiot with the first chance, but it's straight into the hands of Onana. Fun fact, the only opposition instruction that my assistant suggested to do was to hard tackle Zakaria Labiot. So I don't know if he has some personal vendetta with our ex-player, but I thought it was fun to see. He's signing out with the ball on the right side, and that surely is a penalty. I thought it was a foul. We've been given some penalties that in my eyes weren't a foul, and this one did look like a foul. Look at the beautiful zoom by the TV camera as well, the VAR check. And let's see, there you have it. It is a penalty and Milik is probably gonna take it. Not Tadic anymore because he misses too much. As I said in the first match, Milik, and he scores his first penalty for the club. It's 1-0, and that means that we're leading against Pilsen and that they need to score 3 goals in this match to knock us out and go through themselves. So let's hope that they won't do that and we can hang on to this lead and maybe even score a couple of more goals. Of course, that would be the ideal thing, but they do have a throw in here. It is on their own half, but they do get a good chance maybe on the right side across, but Ta heads it away. Ta, very tall player, very happy that we got him in. He has been so good this season, so important for us defensively. Offensively, not so much. I don't think he has scored a goal yet, but he has been so important in our defense. Neres here with the ball, and a good chance, but he hits the side netting. Maybe should have passed it there to the player that was next to him, probably Milik. But he chose to go for it himself, and it didn't pay off. So we're still leading only 1-0 after half an hour played. And nothing else really happening. We're, again, like the first leg, we're dominating the match pretty much. Milik now with the ball. Good through ball to Neres, who could switch the play to Promes, but he goes for it himself again. And again, it doesn't pay off. I remember a couple of episodes ago, maybe even last episode, that Neres had a chance. He was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and then he chose to lay it off when there was nobody next to him. And all of these times where he could have laid it off, he shot it himself, and none of the times has it paid off. I don't think he's even had a shot on target yet. And that's always pressed. Martin Ginder, I think that's the right winger. And an hour gone, Grimaldo has picked up a knock again. I don't think he's injury prone, but he's picked up a knock again just after coming back from an injury. He's signed now with the ball. Neres, and there is the 2-0. Mohamed Kudus with his second goal of the season in February. Isn't the most prolific of players, but you know, he's a midfielder. And you know what? It's not too bad that he's only scored 2 goals. It's an important goal as well, so I'm happy with it. Let's get Tadic off of there as well. I don't want him to get a red card. And then just keep it like that and make the final substitution in a couple of minutes time. Maybe now let's get Milik off for Pedro and see what Pedro can do for us. Oh, not cancel. And see what Pedro can do for us in those final 15 minutes, and of course injury time as well. You can see a little bit of fireworks they had going on there. Quickly put out. We do still have the ball. Jonathan Tah here in our defense. Plays to his side on the right side, playing it around very, very nicely, but we lose it sadly. But straight back to João Pedro, plays it to Klaassen, back to Kudus, to the right side, to his side, could put in a cross, he does. Pedro there for his 7th goal of the season already, the 3rd goal on the night for the club, and that's 3-0 against Victoria Pilsen. And I mean, after 2-0 it was probably already done and dusted, but now there's no going back anymore. We made it through to the 2nd knockout round. Very, very happy with that. Of course, I'm hoping we can make it as far as possible. Again, probably the most obvious thing to say because I think everybody is hoping to make it as far as possible. But a 3-0 win is very good. A 5-0 win on aggregate. Very happy with that as well. Let's just take a look. 500,000 euros. I don't think the other matches have been played yet. But yeah, moving on to the 2nd knockout round, and that obviously is going to be the next episode as well. Oh my god, we have AZ, then we have in the semi-final, then we have the 2nd knockout round of the Europa League, then we have PSV, and then we have the Europa League again. And look at that, the final league game of the season is PSV as well. So we still need to play them twice in the last 10 games. But that's going to be a very tough run of games, and we're going to have to... What is this? Oh, wait, okay, so that AZ game is probably going to get rescheduled because it is on Wednesday and the day after is the 2nd match. So that could be a little bit better after the matches have been drawn, but we'll have to wait and see. AZ, of course, are still in the Europa League as well. Not sure how they did in their match just then. Let's see if I can take a look at that. The Euro Cup, as they call it. Let's see AZ move on to the next round as well. They beat Celtic. That's great to see. I mean, I'm not an AZ fan, but I love Dutch clubs getting as far as possible. So very good to see that they move on as well. We could actually meet them in the 2nd knockout round. Maybe Feyenoord as well. Could be really fun. So at least still 2 clubs in the 2nd knockout round of the Europa League. Very good to see. Don't expect to see that in real life anytime soon. But who knows. But that's going to be it for this episode. A short episode. The matches didn't really have a lot of highlights. So I'll just see you guys next time. It depends on how the schedule is. I think I'm just going to do the 2 legs of the 2nd knockout round. And maybe even do a triple live com if the highlights aren't too long. Or maybe if the AZ game is after the 2nd leg, then we'll do these 2 in one episode and then these 2 in the other episode. But we'll have to wait and see how the matches will be scheduled. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe as well if you're new around here. And I'll see you guys for the next episode. Bye bye.